In a world where everyone possessed a magic star, a girl named Femsa was born without one. When her parents discovered this, they cast her out of their home. The rest of the village soon followed suit, treating her with disdain. Fearing for her life, Femsa fled the village and during her journey stumbled upon a small slime. This slime, which would change her fate forever, was named Sora by Femsa. The story began with a man carving wood when he suddenly heard the cry of a child. Rushing to his home, he discovered that his wife had given birth to a beautiful baby girl. Overjoyed, his wife asked what they should name her, and he decided on the name Femsa. As time passed, Femsa grew up, and one day, while her father was constructing a new house for the family, she brought him food. They all sat together, including her elder brother, who was helping with the construction. During the meal, a piece of bread became lodged in Femsa's throat. Her father used his magic to create water and helped her drink it. Her brother teased her, reminding her to eat slowly. But Femsa confidently declared that she needed to eat more as she was growing. Later at home, Femsa assisted her mother with household chores. Her elder brother suggested that she learn magic to make her tasks easier. But their mother defended her, assuring him that Femsa would learn magic in due time. The family shared a meal, and afterward, Femsa played with her toys, excitedly mentioning her upcoming birthday. Her father promised her a special gift, and her mother reminded her that she was about to turn 5. As they spoke, a knock came at their door. When they opened it, they found Luba, the village's future teller, who had come to bless Femsa for her birthday and give her a charm to aid in learning magic. Luba recalled meeting Femsa when she was just 2 years old and discovering that the girl possessed memories of a past life. She had warned Femsa never to reveal this to anyone, as it could bring trouble. Femsa had promised to keep it a secret. In the present, Luba prayed for Femsa's happiness and urged her to always follow her heart. As she left, she glanced back at the house, her expression tinged with concern. On Femsa's 5th birthday, the family attended a church ceremony where the priest announced that it was time to awaken her magic power. He instructed her to touch the holy water, and after she did, he summoned a bubble from within it. The bubble revealed that Femsa possessed the tamer skill, granting her the ability to awaken magic in others. Her parents were initially overjoyed, realizing she could even control great monsters. However, when the priest checked for her magic star, he found none. His demeanor changed instantly. Angrily, he dismissed the family, declaring that Femsa was a waste of his time. He insisted that the holy water's revelations were never wrong. At home, Femsa's father turned to drinking, venting his frustration on her. In a fit of rage, he shattered her favorite toy, one she had carved herself. Her mother wept, pleading with him to remember that Femsa was still their daughter. Femsa tried to console her, but her elder brother forcefully grabbed her wrist, causing her pain. She looked to her sister for help, but her sister merely glared at her with resentment. Soon after, her family expelled her from the house. The villagers quickly learned of Femsa's lack of a magic star and turned against her. The children threw stones at her, drawing blood from her head. When she attempted to flee, the villagers surrounded her, treating her like an outcast who had brought shame upon them. Unable to return home or remain in the village, Femsa ran away. Lost in the forest, she wandered aimlessly until it began to rain. Desperate for shelter, she discovered a small cave and took refuge there. As the cold set in, she attempted to start a fire using magic, but failed. Her vision blurred, and she collapsed from exhaustion. When she awoke, she found Luba beside her. The old woman had anticipated this outcome and had come to help. She gave Femsa a bowl of soup and handed her a magic book and a bag, explaining that these would aid her survival. Over time, Luba cared for Femsa like a mother, teaching her about the world, how to read and write, and how to fend for herself. One day, Luba failed to return home. Concerned, Femsa sneaked into the village to search for her. Her heart shattered when she learned that Luba had passed away. To her horror, she overheard her father asking the village chief to have her executed, citing her lack of a magic star. Femsa was devastated, suspecting that her father had been responsible for Luba's death. She hallucinated her mother, telling her that she should never have been born. Overcome with grief, the village chief then falsely accused Femsa of murdering Luba, inciting the villagers to hunt her down. Femsa fled into the forest, setting traps to protect herself. She gathered supplies from her magic bag and resolved to keep moving. The next day, she discovered a heap of discarded items and found a weapon among them. As she retrieved it, a cascade of weapons fell toward her. She was delighted to find clothing, magic potions, and a map among the discarded goods. Her luck took a dark turn when she overheard a bounty being placed on her head. Dead or alive, fearful for her life, she hid and later fled. While wandering, she encountered a group of slimes near a river. Attempting to escape, she fell and injured herself, but quickly used a healing potion. Nearby, she found a serene lake where she bathed. Feeling a newfound sense of determination, she resolved to no longer live in fear. She also decided to adopt a new identity, renaming herself Ivy. The next day, she stumbled upon a weak, nameless slime and read in her magic book that such creatures were considered the weakest of their kind. Seeing a reflection of herself in the slime, she decided to care for it. She named it Sohra, and upon naming it, the slime's body glowed, signifying a newfound connection between them. For the first time, Themsa had found a true friend. As she continued her journey, Ivy encountered new dangers, including a village where her wanted posters were plastered everywhere. She carefully traded meat for money and bought food. Sora, however, refused to eat the bread she offered. Instead, it absorbed certain potions while rejecting others, leading Ivy to discover that Sora had unique preferences. While evading pursuers, she found solace in the companionship of Sora. When she was wounded, Sora unexpectedly healed her by absorbing her blood. Realizing that Sora was not trying to harm her, but instead protecting her, Ivy broke down in tears, hugging her only friend. Determined to survive, Ivy and Sora continued to gather resources, dodging dangers along the way. As time passed, she noticed Sora growing stronger and more agile. With each challenge, Ivy learned that her journey was only just beginning. But for the first time, she no longer felt alone. Ivy mentioned that she wanted to sell a snake, but had something important to share first. On her way, she had come across a dead horse, and several human bodies were lying nearby as well. As she spoke, a man approached her and inquired about the exact location where she had seen these things. He assured her that if her information proved to be true, he would reward her. Ivy provided him with the details, and the man immediately instructed his companions to investigate. He then handed Ivy a card and informed her that if her information was verified, she should bring the card back to receive her reward. Afterward, Ivy went to a shop where the owner was astonished to see the snake she had captured, as it was a rare species. Impressed, the shopkeeper offered Ivy a substantial sum of money and encouraged her to return if she ever caught another unique snake. Meanwhile, Sora, feeling hungry, led Ivy to a dustbin. There, she discovered a collection of magic potions and numerous magical bags. While Sora eagerly consumed the potions, Ivy pondered how she could carry all the magic bags. She cleverly devised a solution by placing one magic bag inside another, effectively creating more space. Once she had finished, she returned to town. The same man appeared before her once again and confirmed that her information had been accurate. He explained that a monster had slaughtered their adventurer group and that many high-ranking adventurers had set out to defeat it. As a result, Ivy was entitled to her promised reward. She presented the card again and was given a significant sum of money. The amount was so large that she no longer needed to hunt and sell animal meat. However, over time, Ivy spent most of her earnings and decided to resume hunting. This time, her trap broke, forcing her to repair it. While she was occupied, Sora ran off in another direction. Ivy followed and discovered that Sora had led her to a severely injured, magical monster that was on the brink of death. Determined to help, Ivy searched her book for a remedy but found no relevant information. The monster, frightened by Ivy, hesitated to trust her. Sensing its fear, Ivy reassured it, recalling a time when she had also been scared and thought she would die. She promised to help no matter what. Suddenly, Sora expanded his body and climbed onto the monster, channeling his energy to heal it. Ivy was astonished to witness Sora's growing strength and ability. She patiently waited as Sora continued the healing process. When the healing was complete, the monster approached Ivy and Sora. Initially, Ivy feared it might attack, but instead, it expressed gratitude and began following them. Overjoyed, Ivy realized she had gained another companion. Deciding to give the monster a name, she announced, "From today, your name is Seal."